is the last Thursday before Christmas, and we're here on a YouTube video, so let's get going. I do not have a Christmas card for you today. It seemed like a little late to need, you know what I'm saying? All right, looks like my hands are moving on my screen to the left, which means I must be transmitilating. All right, this is all about the sneak peeks of the new upcoming catalog. I have got some goodies from the January to April 2023 mini, and I've got another little mini to share with you today, so I hope you will enjoy that. This is the card that we're going to make. It is spring on a card, I'm just saying. It uses the Queen Bee bundle with the adorable bee dies and some foliage and some wings. So cute. And we have the Alphabet a la Mode die set. Now, I do love this font. Hey, Rosie, appreciate you coming. May not be many of us today, but being that it's almost Christmas. Hi, Marva. So what I like about this is that this is a font for the alphabet that is quite narrow. So that's about a 1/2 inch wide. And it's got a little height to it. So about 1 3/4, well, no, let's call that 1 1/2. So about a 1/2 inch by 1 1/2 inches tall, which is a really good size, I think, for card making. And we're just going to use one little letter, but it's an important letter and it's going to make all the difference. So let's go ahead and get started. I've done a little pre-cutting and we're going to do a little cutting together just so that you can see the new thing I have to show you. Are you excited? Are you intrigued? I know you are. All right, I have a shaded spruce. Just so you know, all of this will be on my blog tomorrow, so you don't even need to worry. You'll have all of the dimensions that you need. We're going to start with a shaded spruce card base, and I am using it in the horizontal mode, tent fold style. And I'm going to take a piece of the beautiful Flowers and More host set. Now this paper, this isn't all of them because I've cut up a bunch of it. I can't seem to stop using this paper. When I first opened it, I was like, okay, I do not love this paper. But the more I use it, the less I can stop using it. I really, really love it. And when you tone it down just a little, some of the folks on my Zoom last week, the Zoom the Craft Room, said, you know, it's so bold and it's so big. That's true. There are some really big designs, but if you tone it down, it's like putting really flowery wallpaper all over a room or just on an accent wall. Once you put it on an accent wall, it begins to tone it down and to become very, very pretty. Hey, Janice. Oh, I hope you guys are safe and warm. And if anybody sees animals out and about, grab them up and hold on to them. It makes me sick to my stomach thinking about people who leave their animals outside in this kind of weather. And it's going to happen here, and we're bad about that because it's never cold. So keep good thoughts for the animals who are chilly or, you know, going to die in the cold, and the people. So everybody stay safe, stay home, stay warm. Okay, public service announcement done. Let's go ahead. Oh, are you blurry? I'm so sorry. Oh, you know, it's blurry on my side. I wonder if I'm having internet issues. Wait just a second. Hang on just 1 second. I'm gonna be free. You know what? We may have issues with it being so cold. I'm gonna go get my husband to do a quick speed test. Sometimes that makes Comcast straighten up. Hang on just a minute. Hey, Wayne, can you run a speed test really fast? I'm getting blurred and all sorts of stuff. I suppose we should have known that that was a possibility. I'm going to keep on going, mostly because I have a dentist appointment that I have to get to, so I don't have time to sit and wait. But hopefully it will straighten up and fly right. Okay. All right. Okay, good. It's getting better. That's a good thing. All right. So I have my piece. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which means it's the same size as the front of the card base. And I'm just going to use the liquid glue to get it on there and try to get it as straight on there as I can. And then if I need to, I'll do a little trimifying. And it looks like it would like me to trim that a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll just put the crease at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. And give it a little trim. And then where's this other side? Okay, this one. So then put this at 5.5 and trim the other side. You know, it's not hard. You measure it exactly right, and then it's really hard to get it exactly on point. And you also lose a little bit right here. So a tip is, instead of cutting this 4.25, cut it 4.25 and then take off a little skosh, right? Little skosh. I don't even know how much that is, but it's a little bit. It's not very much at all. Oh, I don't know what to tell you guys. Oh my gosh. You're right. I'm seeing blurry. Nothing has changed. The only thing I can think of is that maybe the internet's fixing to go. We've been talking about making sure we've got water and whatnot because we could lose power. Georgia is not good with this kind of weather. This is not our thing. Governor Kemp already declared a state of emergency yesterday. Hey, Myrna, thank you so much. I'll apologize ahead of time and multiple times if it's too blurry. And you know what? If it stays terrible, we may have to just call it a day. But hopefully you can see what we're doing. All right. I used a stitched rectangle die. It's actually, now when I name these on my blog post, I call these the narrow set, and these are the wider set. So now you'll understand what I mean. So we're going to use the next to largest of the narrow grouping of the stitched rectangles. And all I did was cut 3 each of a design from, so you can see what was on the back. I cut 3 of those. And then from this one, it happens to be the other side of that, I cut 3. And what I did was, let me see if I kept it out where I could show it to you. I planned on it. Hang on a second. Here it is. It's right here. I planned on keeping it out so you could see it. What I did is I cut them right next to each other and as lined up as I could. There's going to be a gap, but I did continue the design. Okay, so you can do that if you like, or if you have a non-denominational kind of a design, you can do that as well. Hey guys, appreciate you coming. Hopefully things will unblurify here pretty soon. All right, so let me just lay these out so I get them put back on in the order that I had them, since I very cleverly, okay, those 2 obviously go together, and that goes like that. So I'm going to put those on in that direction, and I'm going to put these little bottom guys on with liquid glue, as opposed to the top, which is going to be with dimensionals. So we're going to go a little bit high. We'll just do these 3 like so. Now, I got to tell you, I have no actual idea where I came up with this design. I thought I was looking at a challenge sketch, but when I went back to find it, I couldn't. So, you know, there it is. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. All right. And we'll leave that. I think that's, let's see if I can pick it up, I'm going to move it over because it wasn't quite balanced. There we go. There we go. Hence the reason you use liquid glue. Because that way you have a little wiggle room for when you mess up. Okay, now, hey Carol, appreciate you coming. I know everybody is fixing to be in a world of coldness, and I am hoping everyone stays safe. I think my mom is getting it right now. They had a blizzard warning, an Arctic wind chill warning, and a red flag warning all at the same time. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out, other than, you know, not very well, because that's kind of a scary little combination, to be quite honest. Hopefully having a fire with snow on the ground is not as likely. That's my hope. Hope is not a plan, but it's all I got. All right, so we've got dimensionals on those, and we're just going to adhere them all to the front of the card. And all I'm going to do is eyeball it. I better put these back like this and be sure I'm putting them on right, because after going to that effort, I probably, see, I almost borkified it right there. There you go. That is correct, I think. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So I'm just going to put these down and to the right. And then we'll do the next one. Boxes and blankets, food, and a check on the cats. Animal people are special. They gotta be. We have neighbors that I'm very worried about them just leaving their dogs out. So, you know, it's a thing. And I just hug my dog. Now, Finn, on the other hand, is like my ponies who are like, cold? What cold? I don't feel any cold. But we'll have the barn all closed up tonight. We're pulling a big trough of water just in case we lose power. And Wayne's got our generator in place so that we can power up in the house if we need to. Hopefully it'll all be good. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to do a little die cutting. And I'm going to do a little die cutting with a new thing that maybe you want to see. Look here, look here. What's this? What's this? This is the new mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in Boho Blue, which will be available starting the 5th of January for brand new demonstrators. So you can pick to add this to your starter kit. Let me tell you the deal. If you pay $129 for your starter kit, you can pick either the white one or the blue one and get $175 worth of Stampin' Up! Product. Or you can go with the original starter kit price, which is $99. You don't get the new cutter or the old new cutter, the new old cutter, either cutter. You don't get a mini cutter, but you still get $175 worth of product. That is an awesome deal. Even without the mini cutter in the mix, it's a heck of a good deal. As always, shipping is free. As always, there's no obligation. So January to February, if you are even sort of thinking about pulling the trigger on being a demonstrator, and I would love to have you on my team, whether you want a business or as a discount shopper, wait until January 5th, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get a little cutting done. And what we're going to do, I got some little pieces of cardstock ready to go. We're going to first cut. See what I just did there? I reached across the screen. Oh my goodness. I know. I would buy another new machine in blue. I'm not gonna lie. I would. I totally would. All right. So we're going to first cut the this like little oh shoot. What's the name of this? It's not a garland. Well, sure, it's a little garland, like a half garland, out of some shaded spruce. We'll run that through. Oh, got a little extra piece of extra something right there. And if I shake up the table, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I'm making my little sandwich there. Okay, there we go. How's the blurriness doing? It looks okay from my end, but I don't know. Is it okay? And Rosie just did do a very good public service announcement. You may have heard there's like a thing happening this weekend, so I am not going to be on Saturday night. I'm just saying, that is the kind of selfish person I am. I am not going to do a video on Saturday night because we like to call that Christmas Eve in our house. And I hope you will spend the evening with your friends and family. Or spend the evening putting batteries in toys. I don't know, whatever is on your evening mix. Okay, we've got a couple more little things to cut. There are two adorable bee dies in this set. This is the solid bee, and this is the not solid bee, or the detailed bee. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut one of each of those. I can go like that because I cleverly made them the right size. I'm going to cut the solid one in black and the detailed one in crushed curry. And then, in a fit of efficiency, I'm going to put a piece of parakeet party on here. Can you see what I'm making up here? And I'm going to put my B from the alphabet a la mode on there. And we're going to cut them all at once because that's how good we're going to be. That is how good we are going to be. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. And thank you much. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas as well. Wait, I think I might have forgotten something. No, I didn't. But I did lose my die. Hang on. I might have gotten a little ambitious, a little overly ambitious with what I should cut all at once. Yeah, it's possible. Maybe I have to go to the dentist after this, and I don't want to. I mean, I'm going to suck on the nitrous, let's be real, but I still don't want to go. It's just not like going somewhere fun. What we have been doing, this has been exciting. We have spent the last 3 or 4, golly, we have spent the last 3 or 4 days making our plans. I'm going to just take this off and cut it down. Just be smart, Mary, instead of trying to be all efficient. Just do it smart. We've been making our plans for our pre-2023 incentive trip tour of Ireland. This thing is annoying me right now. What is it doing? Hang on, I got something awry, people. Hang on just a minute. I should stop talking, pay attention to what I'm doing, get the beveled end down. Yep. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again. There we go. It's trying now. So, you know, one should never think. You saw it work. It does work. It just needed a little help. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we've been planning our pre-incentive trip. We're going to spend 4 days in Ireland. And we have like a little tour going on. What? Remember, I don't have to undress at the dentist. That is a true statement. That is a true statement. That would be kind of odd if I said, do you have a drape? And they'd be like, what? Also, they keep it really cold in there, so it would be bad to have to undress, I think. It's like, it would be very cold. Okay, one more thing we're going to cut here. I'm going to cut that B, so that we can say, don't worry, be happy. All right, there we go. It was just trying to make me look the fool, and it worked too, didn't it? Yeah, it worked. Okay, so we have a B and we have a B. See what I did there? A B and a B. All right, let's put this away before I lose my B. Before I loses my B. Okay. Now, we're going to assemblize our B's. Wait, one. Hold, hold, hold. Okay. Well, oh, there it is. I was afraid I'd lost the solid B. Okay. We're going to symbolize our little B by giving him a little bit of a curl, and then we'll put some liquid glue. Yeah, nitrous every time. I never got to do it. It wasn't even like a thing in the military dentist, as you might imagine. I know that's shocking, but it wasn't. And so when I went to the civilian dentist for the first time after retiring, they said, do you want nitrous? And I'm like, you mean just because? Just for a filling? Yeah. Does it cost more? No. Well, then, yes, I do. Give it to me now. Just give it to me. All right, so let's pull our card base out and be sure we're right side up and downside wrong. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of a liquid glue to adhere my little shaded spruce garland. Yeah, so everything is better with nitrous. It's weird. We're just going to put him on like that. And then let's go ahead and put our B on. I got myself all flusterfied here. Huh, okay. Not that B. The other B, Mary. The other B. This B. Let's put this B on. Just a little bit of liquid glue. And you could use an adhesive sheet if it came to you and you decided to use it. I never, ever remember. It's bizarre, I believe. I'm going to move that down. It's a little higher than I like. There we go. So there goes our B. And remember, that's parakeet party. And then I did do some die cutting ahead of time, aren't you glad? I stamped the Happy Sentiment from the Queen Bee set in Parakeet Party on basic white, and I used the handy label die that's right in the die set to cut it out. So we're going to adhere that right over the top of our garlando. See how I'm speaking Italian now? I don't even know why. And I've used the adorable little flower dies to cut some out of Pale Papaya and Fresh Freesia. Those are two colors that I selected to coordinate with from the Flowers and More DSP. And we're just going to adhere our flowers with a little bit of liquid glue. And we're going to go right in the corner like that. Right in the corner like that. And I may stick a dimensional under there. In fact, let's just do that while I'm sitting here thinking about it. While I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm thinking about it. Well, it was free, that is true. Which sometimes, and they did take good care of me, and I cannot complain about that. But I'm not going to say I don't prefer to do it with nitrous. I really do. I really, really do. All right. Yeah, I was actually surprised that they don't charge extra for it. I figured for sure they would. I think my mom's does. But I think they also figure it's a really good way to make sure people keep coming back to them because, you know, if everybody comes away from there feeling good and happy and not remembering what went on, you know, a la nitrous, then it's all good, right? All right, what I'm doing, maybe you can see, is I just stuck a little dimensional out there so that I have it ready. And then I'm going to adhere my flower like that. See what I did there? And then I'll take another little one and tuck it under with some liquid glue. Like so. And then we have one more. Una más. Hey, Connie. Hopefully when you get to see the replay, you won't have the same blurriness issues that we had, because we did have some blurriness issues. I think we want this one on a dimensional. Let's go ahead and cut a little piece of dimensional and pop that one up. Let's do that, because that's fun. Dimensionals are good. There's really no such thing as too many dimensionals. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So if you have an opportunity to put a dimensional on something, I'd do it, man. Just did. Just did. Are you guys all ready for Christmas? I felt like we achieved our goal when we got the tree up. I was like, yay, we got a tree up. All right, now I am going to put this guy on with liquid glue because I want him, he's going to be kind of, you know, precarious otherwise. So I'm going to put him on right there, just like that. Okay. And to finish off the card front, I have some opaque adhesive back gems from the new catalog. Tucked up in this package, which I could just get rid of. I'm going to just get rid of the package because I like to keep everything in my storage pockets. So I'm going to put a larger one in the large flower centers, like so. And I'm going to stick with white for the Fresh Freesias. And I'm not going to put one on this flower because it's so tucked under there. That would be weird. We'll put a little one on this flower. And that, as they say in some industry somewhere, is our card front. Cute, huh? Okay. For the inside, what I'm going to do is stamp this pretty image right here in shaded spruce in the corner of my basic white panel. The only tricky part here is making sure you stay on the landscape orientation. I'm so used to doing things portrait that I tend to surprise myself and make a portrait inner liner, which is weird in a landscape card. Just throwing that out there. And we're going to go ahead and do our envelope flap, our envelope, at the same time. since I wasted all that time messing with my cutter because I don't know what I was doing. Make sure I put it on the right side. I'm not saying I've ever done that, but I've totally done that. All right. And then I'm going to take some pale papaya, and there's a real cute little like weathered writing image, and I'm going to stamp that right over the top like so. And when you stamp light on some kind of dark, you do want to stamp off your stamp a little bit or even clean it, because it will actually pick up that other ink, and then you've got kind of a mess going. So we'll do it on our inner liner as well. And then, no Saturday Night Live. Take my light fresh freesia, and I'm just gonna color just the flowers. I'm not coloring the leaves. They've got enough shading in them from the design itself. So I'm just coloring just the flowers. This is such a pretty floral image. I really, you know, I wasn't blown away by this set when I first saw it, other than the fact that it was bees, which I really enjoy the bees thing. But it's really pretty, and the die set is great. Now this is a this is the $1 Million set that Laura Milligan designed. So if you maybe you're one of those folks who collects $1 Million bundles, which I think is a cool collection idea. So Laura Milligan is the Queen Bee bundle that's coming out in January. Okay, it looks like I caught all those flowers, so we'll do it again on the envelope. All right. You could do these in any color. You could use fresh freesia for this stamp here, and then use pale papaya for your flowers. You could do however made you happy, but I like the fresh freesia in here. So that's what I did. That's what I did right here. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. See, it helps if you say that, because then you know you've done it, because you've done it. All right. We'll set that aside, and then we're going to adhere this to a pale papaya mat. Oh, gosh, yes. How do you get the ink off of your skin in case of an inkatastrophe? Well, if you wash it with soap and warm water, a lot of it will come off. It really will. Or it should. It may take a day or two. I think you could maybe use some rubbing alcohol, but that's going to be really hard on your fingers. So I would just wash it off so it's not transferring to anything. And then, you know, like if you're headed to a wedding or something, you might want to use the alcohol. Or you know what I'll bet else also would work is some Gojo. If you've got Gojo in the house, if your husband is a mechanic or a worker with his hands outside in a greasy situation, you've probably got Gojo that would work. It's got a little pumice in it and some citrus oil, and I think that would help too. All right, so there's our card, and we're going to put a little more of this pretty DSP on our envelope flap. There you go. Washing the dishes by hand will also do it. It'll all come off. If it didn't, there's no telling how bad I mean, like, I had ink on my hands this morning, and it's all come off, and I didn't do anything special. All right. Oh, wash your hair. Good idea. Excellent idea. That works. All right, we'll give that a quick fussy cut. It's a not so fussy cut. The least fussy cutting in the fussy cutting universe is cutting off the excess from your envelope flap. Y'all, this is very exciting news. I'm going to share pictures here one of these days. We entered a contest. My husband clicked on the contest, and it came back with my account and my email address. So I won a boat motor. They called the other day and said that I'd won a boat motor, and I'm like, sure, yeah, right. What's the catch? You know, you have this free motor, but it's $800 to ship it. Nope, it was none of that. There was not a catch to be found. They came yesterday with a camera and the big motor in the pickup truck. It was so cool. It was like, it's real. Like, it's not even. Part of me was thinking maybe it's plastic, maybe it's not real, but it's an actual real motor. It was so cool. So there we go, you guys. The Queen Bee set with a little help from the Alphabet a la mode die set in Parakeet Party. So you have Be Happy. And then on the inside, we have a pretty little floral and our envelope with its pretty flap. All right, guys, I appreciate you spending part of your Christmas week with me, and I hope you have a most wonderful, safe, and warm holiday. And we will see you next week. Next Thursday will be the next time I go live for a video. It'll be almost 2023. Appreciate you guys coming. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.